Our world has secrets. Some mysteries have puzzled us as a species for decades, if not centuries. Are we destined to expose them, or will we perpetually seek answers we'll never receive? Today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 recent discoveries. Drone video shows bandits inside a forest in Kenya. Earlier this week, a video went viral on social media. Drone footage was published online of what were supposedly bandits in a Nigerian forest. However, this narrative turned out to be untrue. The drone video's poster claimed it was showing bandits mockingly having fun inside of the alleged Nigerian forest. Recently, there was a horrific train attack in Kaduna that propelled the story, which many thought to relate to the bandits depicted in the drone footage, spreading controversy and panic over the internet. The Nigerian federal government was heavily criticized and mocked for its failure to stop acts of terror such as the train attack from occurring. But a prompt investigation from Politics Nigeria revealed that the video was not of any Nigerian bandits, and that it was not connected to the tragedy of the train in Kaduna at all. Politics Nigeria, a Nigerian newspaper and journalist organization, tracked down the source of the video and its backstory. As it turns out, the video was taken by Kenya's GSU, or General Service Unit drone, and the bandits shown in the footage are cattle rustlers hiding with cattle they stole so as to not get captured by authorities. The bandits are concealed by thick brushwood in what was located as Pokot County, Kenya. The bandits attempted to cook breakfast for themselves and tried to shoot the drone down after noticing it was recording them, but were fortunately unsuccessful. The GSU drones are sent to record and capture any bandit activity and report to the GSU Army Group. These particular bandits deal in the trade of stolen cattle, terrorizing farmers and cattle owners all over Kenya's countries, from the aforementioned Pokot to Samburu, Laikipia and Baringo. Cattle is crucial in rural parts of Kenya as it can provide nourishment, help with farm life, and is worth much to the people who own them. To have one's cattle stolen can spell ruin and instability for the cattle rustlers' victims and is a serious problem. It's thought that the cattle rustlers spent the night inside of the thicket and rested in that location for a good while before moving on. In the Kerio Valley, another Kenyan county, a school bus was the subject of a bandit terror crime after it was attacked with schoolchildren inside. Fred Matiang'i, the government Interior Cabinet Secretary, declared the government's intention to wipe out the bandits and restore peace, stating that the school bus attack was evidence of the bandits belonging to a forming criminal enterprise. The bandit situations in both Kenya and Nigeria is seemingly rising, with both governments being criticized for the handling of their respective criminal problems. A huge sinkhole appears in Chile. Chile officials are trying to uncover the reasoning behind a giant sinkhole that appeared in Chile's Atacaman Desert. At 656 feet long, the sinkhole is deep and wide, occurring close to the town of Tierra Amarilla, a humble mining town. The sinkhole was discovered by the National Geology and Mining Service, referred to as the Cerna Geomin. They initially believed that the sinkhole's diameter reached an estimated 82 feet wide. However, as it turns out, its width surpasses the researchers' expectations. After being investigated and measured, the sinkhole's diameter was calculated as a shocking 105 feet wide. According to David Montenegro, the agency director, "We haven't detected any material down there, but we have seen the presence of a lot of water." Canada's Lundin Mining Corporation owns the deeds to the land where the sinkhole occurred, and the sinkhole site is close to the Lundin Mining Corporation's copper mining process at the Minera Hoyos de Salado. Fortunately for the town of Tierra Amarilla, whose citizens might have fretted over the dangers of having a sinkhole nearby, the sinkhole has remained stable since its discovery. The mines around the sinkhole have likewise been placed under strict surveillance to ensure the sinkhole does not increase in size. The Lundin Mining Corporation has stated, as a preventative measure, development work in an area of the Alcaparrosa underground mine has been temporarily suspended. It is extremely fortunate that despite the size and suddenness of this sinkhole, not a single soul was harmed, nor did it ruin any company facilities despite their close proximity. Even though scientists from the National Geology and Mining Service are racing to uncover its cause, the reasoning for this sinkhole remains unclear. Since its unexpected appearance, individuals on the internet have taken to various theories to explain the sinkhole, ranging from aliens, with one person claiming the sinkhole to be too round to be natural, and even governmental weapon laser testing gone wrong. The Atacama Desert is notoriously one of the deadliest, driest deserts on Earth, yet even still underground water movement could have caused the sinkhole, especially since researchers implied there's water inside the sinkhole. If nothing else, investigating the sinkhole could provide crucial insight into the land's geology that we didn't know before. After death, you're aware that you've died. For endless decades, near-death experiences have been studied by scientists worldwide in the hopes of uncovering how the end of life affects our brains. Mysteriously, many people who suffered NDEs can accurately describe events that occurred when they were considered fully and clinically deceased and should have no awareness to speak of. To this day, there is much unknown about NDEs, but recent studies imply that the human consciousness vividly remains for up to 20 seconds after the heart ceases to beat. In other words, after our bodies pass away, our consciousness remains for a short time afterwards with the awareness it is deceased. To an onlooker, there is no life or consciousness in the body, but to the deceased person, there very well might be fleeting seconds of life before we enter our eternal sleep. Terrifyingly, it means people may still hear their own passing over being declared by their doctor after unsuccessful surgery, or hear their loved ones weep. Dr. Sam Parnia, who works as the director of the Critical Care and Resuscitation Research at New York University of Medicine, has been working on researching NDEs for many years, and he and his researchers were the ones to write the paper suggesting this theory. Dr. Parnia investigated sufferers of heart attacks who succumbed to their cardiac arrest, only to be resuscitated. This study spread far and wide, and was the largest of its kind in several decades. A portion of those who departed from life and were brought back to life could vividly recall witnessing and hearing the happenings going on around them, impressively being able to recite entire conversations that went on as they were dying, which were confirmed by the medical staff working on the study's subjects at the time of their passing. Dr. Parnia explained that our definition of deceased is when the heartbeat ceases and blood no longer flows into the brain. Technically, that's how you get the time of death. It's all based on the moment when the heart stops. Once that happens, blood no longer circulates to the brain, which means brain function halts almost instantaneously. Dr. Parnia adds, you lose all your brainstem reflexes, your gag reflex, your pupil reflex, all that is gone. We know what occurs to the body during this time, especially with cardiac arrest, but what happens inside the brain, what people think, feel, and experience, that we do not know. The lingering question has always been whether departure from life slowly sinks into your mind, overshadowing everything you were, thought, and knew, or if it is an instant process, a flash of nothingness. A study from 2013 found that we enter a hyperactive state of being during clinical loss of life, which could have something to do with the lack of blood flowing to the brain and the strange, inexplicable electrical brain currents that occur. The team researched both American and European NDE studies. Parnia stated, in the same way that a group of researchers might be studying the qualitative nature of the human experience of love, we're trying to understand the exact features that people experience when they go through death, because we understand that this is going to reflect the universal experience we're all going to have when we die. Parnia's team hopes to investigate brain activity during cardiac arrest NDEs to answer questions such as how the brain is affected by the revival compared to how it was prior, the exact amount of oxygen required to return the brain to its full function, and whether there are better ways to revive brains from shutting down, which could possibly save millions of lives annually. According to Parnia, he's trying to gain insight to understand whether consciousness becomes annihilated or whether it continues after you have died for some period of time, and how that relates to what's happening inside the brain in real time. But what do you make of these recent discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please help us grow this community by liking and subscribing to our channel. Hit the bell to be notified when we share about another discovery. Thank you for watching.